Hollywood Freerunners est parvenu en quart de finale en écrasant son opposant en huitième de finale et avec un score de 2 victoires et 8 évasions. Cette équipe fait partie des équipes dont les prestations sont compliquées à lire. Parce qu'au final, on se souvient surtout de Hollywood pour un homme, Kyle Soderman. Ce type est un extraterrestre, j'ai pas d'autre explication. Il a ouvert le bal avec un triplé, il continue la danse avec le premier sextuplé de l'histoire du World Chase Tag. Si Kyle réussit à faire ses dingueries, je pense que pronostiquer Hollywood champion n'est pas de la folie. Mais si Kyle est moins en forme, ou que ses concurrents réussissent à lire son jeu, alors l'équipe devient moins convaincante. Au niveau, certes, mais il faudra que tout le monde soit 100% pour espérer atteindre les demi-finales, voire plus. Les autres, justement, les athlètes de Hollywood Freerunners à retenir sont Kyle. À la semaine prochaine pour... Bon, ok, j'arrête. Oui, Kyle double ses prestations de souris avec un niveau de chasseur tout à fait acceptable. Et si aucun de ses coéquipiers n'a son niveau en souris, heureusement pour les autres équipes, j'ai envie de vous dire, Antonio et Miguel le secondent tout de même parfaitement en étant notamment de bons chasseurs.
Picked out by his teammates as one to watch over the course of this. He just hangs around in that back corner behind the tilted cube under the mountain, jumps up over towards the ridge and now the front line. He's looking to use his speed to get away over the top of the sisters, and now he hangs around in the tilted cube, but not for long. It's the same route he's taking back towards the front line, and he's getting absolutely nowhere. Ben does not lay a glove on him. That is a convincing.
Athletes ready.
Mitch Bunitsky looking to stop Hollywood doubling the lead. Again, Kyle Soderman just hangs around the back. This time he goes over the sisters and around the front line, over the ridge, chasing all the way around under the mountain, and Mitch can't make his way through there. And again, the gap is building up, and Hollywood Freerunners, this is a superb start.
Hollywood Freerunners. Athletes ready.
Can he produce a hat-trick, Carl Soderman? It is Tegan Keller who goes straight down the middle of the court, straight at him, and he doubles back on himself under the ridge, and now the top of the mountain, messing around up there, and it works for him. It's dangerous, it's high risk as a strategy, but it's working. And Enso Movement cannot get near this man. The points are stacking up for Hollywood Freerunners, and in particular, Carl Soderman.
Athletes ready.
Well, quite an act to follow for Dale Smith, and he goes straight aggressive running at the tilted cube. Gabriel just looking to skirt around it. He did not know where he was. He turned one way, turned the other.
Freerunners. Athletes ready.
Well, starting over by the ridge, it's not a common starting position. But he's racing around the outside here, doubles back on himself, and there's a slip there, and Hollywood Freerunners might be scampering to yet another point, because round the front line he goes, and the gap is too big. It's not going to be closed down.
Enso Movement evading. 4-0. Hollywood Freerunners. Athletes ready.
And Sparlos looking to get a point on the board for Enso Movement. He's over by the loading bay, bit of height there, but now Justin going under the mountain round by the front line again, looking to use his height. He's not going massively quickly, but he's looking to cut things off, and Ben Sparlow cuts himself off by
ready.
We've seen Soderman use that base of the mountain as a starting point before, and he uses the outside ring of the court to chase all the way around, and Ruji is not panicking just yet, uses some height, but he hits a pole there over the sisters, and he's got his pace up again, but he's not cutting down the space, and Soderman's away, and oh, even the stumble doesn't stop him. He's got another point. Up comes Antonio Allen. Vasconcelos quite happy to just stand there. Give him a newspaper, he don't want to do anything, but unfortunately he didn't make a move and didn't commit to it. And Antonio stops him right.
Freerunners evading 3-1 G&F. Athletes ready.
Julius Porter looking to chase down Miguel. And away he goes, over to the front line, Julius Porter, he's built up some speed, but it's stopped by the sisters. He lost his footing, and it's just established a bit of a gap, and he swung again and missed, and under the mountain now, and he still can't get him. Every single time he gets close, he's frustrated by one of the obstacles. That's the whole point of this game, the EQ, evasion quality, bits of the court.
Athletes, ready!
The bear starts at the sisters, don't often see this, and perhaps that's the reason why, because he...
Evading, match point, G and F. Athletes, ready!
Well, Seth Rudy, if he can double up. Look at this, doing all that work up high, and then he swings around the loading bay and gets tapped on the hip. It was...
Athletes, ready!
Jake Migliorata looking to win it. And he's just shuffling around the bars and the platforms near the mountain, but he can't quite get down to the level where Antonio's doing his work. And again, he takes the high road. Migliorata launching himself onto those bars, not easy, but it's not easy to stay away from this man, but he's done it! He has done it! And
all. Athletes, ready!
a very fired up Carl Soderman. He goes straight at Mike Araujo around the tilted cube. Both men going over the sisters onto the front line. Soderman cutting him down and gets the tag before he makes the ridge.
Hey!
Well, Shah is on the run again. He starts by the ridge, Antonio going after him. He wants to leave no room for doubt. He wants to place a hand firm.
Evading, 0 all. Athletes, ready!
Justin Sweeney steps up. Just gliding across and then launching his way to the front line, and the amount of ground he covered with that jump proved decisive.
Athletes, ready!
Omar with the injury, but kicking the hell out of that starting plate, and off he goes, chasing down Luciano around the front line here. Moving up to those platforms to get a bit of height, and he managed to tag him.
0 all. Athletes, ready!
Carl Soderman, he's played a massive role for Hollywood Freerunners in their 2 previous games. Goes over the sisters, thundering around the front line and under the ridge, chasing down Rodriguez. But is he cutting the gap enough? There's a dive through mid-court, and it's not quite enough. Both. Carl Soderman picked out as an incredible athlete and one to watch by his teammates before this started, and it has certainly borne fruit, because he just had a little nod as he was stood in the loading bay. But Casey, oh, very...
Athletes, ready!
Casey Wilson, team captain, can he do it? Nobody else can. Carl Soderman somehow just skirted around a bit of Benny Hill stuff around the tilted cube, and he's going to carry on going, so he goes through the cube, Casey, to try and flush him out. But he can't get close around there, and it's more laps, more circuits from Carl Soderman. This is absolutely unreal. The most anybody had got in World Chase Test.
Athletes, ready!
Crouching like a tiger as he launches up to the top. Oh, a lovely double Kong over the sisters from Alex, and he comes around the front and decides to take a slightly easier route under the ridge, over the mountain again as Antonio Allen goes underneath it, and he's managed to go get an opportunity and takes the chance to...
Voilà qui finit cette compilation dédiée à Hollywood. À la prochaine!